Hey y'all, we're gonna get us a reading for the sign of Leo. As you know, I've already began my pre-shuffle before I press the record button, so I'm gonna cut the deck and we're gonna get into it with the main energy for the sign of Leo. Now Leo, bottom of the deck, we got tired of the drama, period. So this seems like this is a situation surrounding something that you simply just tired of. You over it. You know what I mean? You don't want no parts. When I cut the deck, we have I hate nothing about you. So I don't know if this is some type of back and forth energy, or this is something where more so, you're saying in a situation, look, I hate nothing about you, but I'm simply just tired of the shit that comes along with you, or something like that. Like, I don't know, exactly what that is. We gonna see. First card out, we got King of Pentacles in the reverse. So this King of Pentacles in the reverse speaks of somebody who's very greedy, somebody who's very materialistic. Somebody receives some type of self-gratification off of, the things that they are able to achieve, get in 3D, right? And then we got Four of Pentacles, which came out in the reverse as well. So this person is greedy. Somebody is beyond greedy. And it seems like somebody's greed may have put them in a position where they ended up being left out in the cold. Somebody is actually suffering from some type of financial lack. So this may also be this hunger as well too, or something like that. You got Two of Wands. With this Two of Wands energy, somebody's trying to figure out how they could get this money by tonight. To hell with tomorrow. You know what I mean? They need it tonight. So shit. So it's like somebody is trying to figure out what plan it is that they need to do in order to move forward or take some type of action or something. It really speaks of somebody exploring. You have Queen of Swords in the reverse. So this Queen of Swords in the reverse is somebody who's being cold-hearted, somebody who's being very bitchy. This may be somebody who another person is in some type of partnership or something like that with, who is more so encouraging them to act within their lower nature for the sake of, again, getting this money by tonight. So this may be a couple. I be wanting to ask questions right away. Look. Yeah, this might be a couple or something like that. Somebody might be battling some type of homeless energy or some type of loss of stability or something. Either way it goes, it seems like this feminine energy is not very supportive. And with this Knight of Pentacles speaks of some type of routine. Somebody feeling as if they are, I was going to say responsible for taking some type of action, but this still speaks of like a stagnant energy when it comes to giving and receiving. So this is making me feel like this feminine energy may be holding back, right? This may be a one-sided thing where somebody more so want to sit on their ass and be taken care of. They don't really want to, you know what I mean, put nothing into anything. And this may have something to do with somebody keeping a promise. Maybe you came into this situation and you told somebody, look, I'm going to take care of you, or look, you know what I mean? But now it's a one-sided ordeal, with this keeping a promise. Somebody trying to hold on to a promise that they made, putting on the show. So in actuality, it's given that this person was fronting. It may have been some type of empty promise. Devil card on the bottom, some type of toxic behavior. Somebody just be talking. That's what that's giving me. Somebody just be talking. Chariot energy. Yeah, putting on the show when it came to the authority that they said they had. She said she had. He said he had. This tarot. You flip or switch them roles. However it goes. Gender is energy, of course. But yeah, somebody was putting on the show in order to put themselves in a position of authority, make it seem like they had a certain level of control or something like that in order to leave behind. It's giving me because how you have people where it be like they hold up a facade, but it's giving a leaving behind, you know what I mean, what somebody was used to in order to pursue different endeavors. But again, some type of authority position. What's going on with this King of Pentacles in the reverse for Leo? Nah, throw him out. What's this King? Okay. We got bad choices and sex shop energy. So somebody might be feeling like they made a bad choice when it came to them investing with somebody with this sex shop energy. Somebody may have done some type of form of some type of sex magic, right? But this may also be somebody sharing their creative energy with another person. I'm still getting somebody like a bad purchase. Hangman energy, which got somebody in their head. Somebody feels stuck. They can't see their way out of a situation. You got expecting a new beginning. So somebody is almost sure that things are going to change or something is changing. Somebody might be pregnant as well too. But this new beginning could also be the possibilities of a situation. And you got check yourself and envy. So somebody is envious of a situation. Somebody feels a certain type of way about the things that another person have. They feel as if they belong to them, but this person is being urged to check themselves. Somebody needs to tap back into reality. Pay attention to what it is that they doing. Yeah, they too honed in on something else. Probably on you. You got fulfilling a fantasy. That's why I said somebody needs to check back in with reality. Somebody is off somewhere else in their head, in their mind. I'm hearing something about doors. It's some type of door, some type of exploring somebody doing. What's this fulfilling a fantasy? Justice. So this justice is still going to speak of authority, right? But not only is it going to speak of authority, it's going to speak of truth, like honesty. This is Libra energy. So, you know, this is the scales being balanced. It's in the upright, but this jumped with it. And with this jumping with it, this page of swords being in the reverse, this speaks of somebody who's stuck in a certain type of mindset. It's like, yeah, this is justice. This is justice to this person. You know what I mean? But with this page of swords being in the reverse, this person ain't got the best judgment. They got very clouded judgment. Somebody is very immature with they thinking, very immature with what they say, their communication, very slow with their learning. But they may try to present themselves as if they in an advanced position or something like that is what I'm hearing, right? You got Knight of Cups. This Knight of Cups is going to speak of some Prince Charming energy. Somebody who know how to play the role. Somebody who knows how to connect emotionally is what I'm hearing. It's something about somebody being very slow moving, though. They made a bad choice when it came to some type of proposal or some type of emotional offer that they gave. You got destroyed in the reverse, but you see the way it came out floppy. So we're going to see what the next one say. Yeah. So it's giving somebody tried to create something. You know what I mean? And with this destroyed in the reverse, with this sex shop, it's almost like they want to continue to be able to make a purchase. With this Three of Cups on the bottom of the deck, it's something about some type of exchange, some type of fulfilling energy or something like that. What's this destroyed in the reverse? I hear they didn't want their supply cut off. Six of Wands. So this speaks of the way somebody is seen in the public. Somebody's public image is what they didn't want, you know what I mean, to be shattered or something like that, which is why somebody was holding on. They felt like they needed to keep up with some type of energy. But again, they stuck in their head. It's something about the action being taken in order to receive the support. You got setting the record straight sideways. That's what I'm saying. And it came out over here on the page of swords. Somebody ain't... what's this setting the record straight sideways? Damn. Okay. You got fighting for what you love and caution. So somebody is fighting for what they love, but being careful or something like that at the same time. They're not trying to set this record straight when it comes to this expecting this new beginning. They wanted to keep the position that they was in. But again, remember I said they was putting on the show. They actually lacked the authority. But, you know, okay. Fighting for what they love with this envy. What they love is what they were seeing another person get. What they love is, you know what I mean, like... Again, the glitz, the glamour, the material. the clothes, the shoes, the cars, the women. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't even get that this may even be something. Now, for some of y'all, this may not be something that you're being flashy with, although I understand. I do know how y'all energy is, so I ain't even gonna, you know what I mean, put it off like that. But it's something about somebody not being flashy like that as well, but somebody knowing that if they embodied a certain type of energy that the other individual had, it would be easier to access these things or something like that. But again, with this fighting for what you love, this competition or whatever it is, you know what I mean? Somebody was being real careful or operating within certain guidelines when it came to this check yourself energy. So it's really making me feel like somebody was more so trying to keep their hands clean when it came to guilt and different things like that. But they would try and take things, hone in on them and magnify them so that it would be justified for this competition or whatever it is, fighting for what you love energy. Again, Fool card. Somebody was more so taking a risk. A foolish risk. They was being spontaneous when it came to this fulfillment. You know what I mean? This fulfilling a fantasy, them being off in La La Land energy when it came to this Empress or something like that. Being able to get some type of justice. So somebody thought that another person wasn't going to be able to get justice for what it was that they was doing, the action that they was going to take. With this Four of Cups, I was going to say Four of Wands. So somebody thought that they had a victory for real. But with this Four of Cups, it's given that somebody was disconnected from their intuition. They was not taking heed to the warning signs. It was all type of little offerings being given along the way, you know, but somebody wanted to be spontaneous because it's given that they thought that you was disconnected from your intuition, or they thought that this Empress was disconnected from, you know what I mean? Hey, yeah, no. Yeah, no. So, that's what I'm saying. Six of Swords came out and came on top of the Four of Cups. This Six of Swords is going to speak of somebody not leaving something behind. Somebody holding on the baggage. Somebody feeling like they got unfinished business when it comes to this Two of Wands. This action that they want to move forward on. But again, with them being in this charming energy, it's something about a proposal and a bad choice. What's this? Police energy. With something that's not being shattered, see? It's like somebody felt like they still had some type of authority or something like that when it came to this sex shop energy. Maybe they thought they could sway you. You know what I mean? In that type of way or something like that. But you got Hermit. This Hermit energy speaks of somebody doing some type of soul searching. You know what that's how they want to present themselves. But with this Hangman in the reverse, somebody's mindset still has not changed. Somebody's mindset still ain't changed. This Hermit energy speaks of somebody going internal. This speaks of isolation. When somebody be honest with themselves, though, that's what they being brought back to, too. That's what the light being shown on. This Six of Wands energy, whatever this image is. And you got a King of Wands. This your energy. This King of Wands is a visionary. This King of Wands seems like this. They want to move forward without setting the record straight. They don't want nothing to be zeroed down. Nothing to be, you know what I mean? No, nothing. It's like jump over that again and with this expecting this new beginning. What is this King of Wands energy? This speaks of foresight as well, too. Progress. Somebody taking action to move forward. Temperance energy. And the Devil in the reverse came out over here. So somebody doing some type of healing, or they might be balancing out some type of energy. This speaks of moderation. This speaks of, again, when it came to this competition, is fighting for what you love and somebody being envious about the things that another person had. They were supposed to learn to be sensible. They were supposed to heal certain aspects. There's certain things that had went on for a long enough amount of time. This also speaks of some type of spiritual intervention as well, too. And with this Devil card in the reverse, somebody was warned to be cautious. They was being warned, you know what I mean, that they needed to tap into themselves. This also speaks of this person taking the action in order to balance out this demonic energy, you know what I mean, and releasing themselves from some type of binds or something like that. You got Page of Cups in the reverse. This Page of Cups in the reverse speaks of blocked creativity. Somebody is not, again, receiving the messages. It's something about their dreams. Somebody's dreams might be shut off or something like that, or not quite making sense to them. When it comes to, again, this risk, somebody taking a risk with this fulfilling a fantasy. And you have running away sideways when it comes to this Empress energy. And I just had that on another one of my pages. I promise you, Knight of Wands, look, rushing in, taking action. I was going to say that. 3-6, what he say? Who running? Somebody not running away from some type of energy when it comes to this Empress. Like, again, somebody can't get themselves out the position that they more so than place themselves in. And it's given they trying to get away from the justice that is more so to be served, that is due to be served. Knight of Wands trying to take some type of quick action in order to get a victory. But again, I already said that they lack the intuition. They're disconnected. Somebody is not paying attention. Tower card in the reverse. High Priestess in the reverse. Because this hoe over here going crazy. Whoever it is with this Two of Cups. Somebody in a partnership. Business, partnership, relationship. Whatever it is with this Two of Cups. This mutual agreements. With people working together. Yeah. You got this. The Tower in the reverse. Which speaks of chaos. Inner turmoil. Somebody is crumbling in the inside. From the head down. Definitely bitchy, definitely cold, lack emotion, lack understanding. Somebody ain't even communicating properly. They being real clingy. You know what I mean? Like all of that. And you got this Six of Swords in the reverse. You know what I mean? Where now it's seeming like this Prince Charming energy, or somebody is more so, they feel a certain type of way about trying this shit again. Because this inner turmoil is still going on with the Six of Swords in the reverse. It's still some type of baggage, some type of unfinished business. You know, when it came to this proposal, again, it was a bad choice. High Priestess in the reverse. Somebody actually lacked intuition. They lack protection. Somebody had some type of hidden agenda. Somebody actually had some information that was rather harmful to another person when it came to this police energy. This authority, you know what I mean? In order to obtain whatever this sex shop energy was. You got game over sideways with this Hermit energy. This isolation, this soul searching, this inner truth. Somebody actually lack direction. They lack light. They don't know where they're being led. Ten of Cups. And they satisfied. All they know is that this King of Wands. Baby, this is my Leo. If this is you, baby, all they know is that this Ten of Cups is your ass. This Ten of Cups is you. This Queen of Swords. Something ain't over when it goes to this soul searching. This being internal, going internal, being divinely led with this Six of Wands. This public recognition. Ten of Cups. It ain't over. It ain't over. What is this Ten of Cups about, baby? You got a divorce. Something being balanced out with a divorce or breaking of a contract when it comes to this Ten of Cups. With this King of Wands. Something's supposed to balance. Something was supposed to balance out. Again, it speaks of patient moderation. Like somebody had did something for a while. And with this Knight of Swords energy, that speaks of somebody defending their beliefs. Somebody rushing in and defending their lives. Somebody knowing that they going against the grain. You know, not caring. Still rushing in, sword raised, thinking that they smart. You know what I mean? This, yeah. But it's given something had been released. They were supposed to proceed with more caution or something like that. It still speaks of somebody being stagnant. some type of indecisive, like somebody made a bad choice when it came to this Ace of Wands, whatever action it is that they took. Somebody desired to start a new project with this Page of Cups in the reverse. It lacks creativity. It lacks growth. It lacks flow. What is this Ace of Wands? Six of Cups is what flipped first, and you got getting played. Manipulation, lies, control. So somebody more so connected with another person or took action toward a person due to them knowing them, right? It's giving them knowing them from the past or something like that. Like it may have been an innocent exchange or something like that where something went through a tower already. It was some type of breakdown or something got real chaotic or something like that. You know what I mean? And somebody ended up running away, you know, from this situation. But again, even off these past emotions, whatever action it is that somebody took off these past emotions, they now know that they was getting played. Whatever it was that was given to them, that was said to them, and then again, yeah, they was manipulated and controlled by lies. So they took some type of quick action off of lies. They did not stop and check in with their intuition. They didn't stop and think about a situation. They just took action. And with this Knight of Pentacles as well, too, this still speaks of somebody holding an offer. Look, caught a copycat. Finding evidence, getting caught. That somebody was actually in some type of copycat energy. This hoe ain't no high priestess at all. Somebody got caught with this breakdown going on. Somebody may be holding on to something as well with some type of finding evidence of somebody cheating. But you got a copycat energy with this high priestess in the reverse. Somebody was faking having some type of authority. They Three of Wands came out sideways. Lacking foresight and all with this game over energy. Somebody thought something was going to be a whole hell of a lot easier than what it was. And whole time they ended up getting played when they was in this get in the room energy, whatever secret relationship or something like that. You know what I mean? That somebody decided to get involved in order to get this Ten of Cups with this King of Wands. What's going on with this get in the room? Shit. You got the Sun card. It's some type of all is well, joy, fulfillment energy when it comes to this divorce and this breaking a contract. Again, when it came to the balancing out of fighting for what you love. A death came to this Two of Cups. A death came to some type of contract. You got the divorce and then you got the death, Two of Cups again. Something ended when it came to this person being able to defend these lies. Being able to rush in and take this quick action, this mental manipulation. Again, and with this Two of Cups, this contract, it was some type of action somebody took. It's going to speak of limitless potential, like some type of major action. Getting played. Look, somebody wasn't in their feelings when it came to this old past shit. So somebody may have, like, again, with that Knight of Cups, that charming energy. You know, somebody might have the gift of gab or something like that. It's like somebody presented themselves to be in other energy than what they was. And some was trash. You know what I mean? So somebody may have even told another person that something that they was in before was trash. And that it wasn't trash. Throwing away, getting rid of, tossed out, getting played, manipulation, lies, control. Yeah, they lied about that shit. They was out here with this Knight of Wands, you know, and I don't think the Page of Wands came out yet, but you know, that could be promiscuous energy as well, too. Just this jumping around, moving around. Look, pregnancy test, getting played, trash. Somebody may have said something about them being pregnant. You may have made some type of promises, you know what I mean, to somebody off of you thinking that they was pregnant, or somebody was thinking that they was pregnant or something like that. With this card of energy, just getting caught cheating, keeping a promise, pregnancy test, caught, evidence, some type of inner turmoil. What is this pregnancy test about when it comes to this keeping a promise? So we got the Moon card, something hidden, Three of Pentacles, which speaks of people working together. Okay. So with this Knight of Wands speaks of somebody preparing themselves for the worst case scenario, right? Somebody feeling like they have been hurt before in a situation, and they be damned if they let it happen again. You got that shit off the first time, but it won't happen again type energy. And you have Emperor. An Emperor is more so presenting themselves like, you know, they're in their authority. They're strong. They're in control, you know, structure, domination. And again, with this private relationship and this Three of Pentacles, which was hidden, it's something about what somebody was building. Some type of illusions or some type of mysteries when it came to this collaborating with this Three of Pentacles. Okay. Four of Swords on the bottom of the deck has somebody in heavy contemplation. Somebody retreated from a situation, stepped back from a situation. What's this pregnancy test? Damn, stop throwing so many out at one time. Okay. You got a Queen of Wands and an Ace of Pentacles. So it was something about a Queen of Wands taking an opportunity. This Queen of Wands is in this copycat energy, but we got the King of Wands, Queen of Wands out here. That's a pair. That's a couple. Somebody may have gotten another person pregnant, I'm telling you, and they thought that something was going to be an opportunity. This Queen of Wands thought that something was going to be an opportunity. Something was going to be something very prosperous. You know what I mean? Some type of income. Look what I say, baby. You got 10 of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. Somebody had high hopes for this getting a room energy. Something playing off when it came to this 10 of Cups. This being somebody's and all being all. You know what I mean? Something being successful. Somebody had high hopes in the situation that they were going to be satisfied. It was going to be some type of achievements being reached or something like that. With this 10 of Pentacles. Some type of wealthy situation. You know what I mean? When it came to a family dynamic. Something being whole. Something being complete. You know, that's the World card. That's something coming in full circle. But with this getting a room energy again, the focus that this person had with anchoring this stability in, it's like they felt like they was going to do the little work that needed to be done now in order for it to pay off later. You got Lover's card in the reverse. Somebody not in their feelings because some shit was trash already. Death card. Something was already over when it came to this 10 of Pentacles. Tired of the drama when it came to this 2 of Cups. Somebody simply was over that shit. Somebody didn't want to do it no more. 7 of Cups. A whole lot of emotional illusions is what somebody had going on. Again, with the razzling and dazzling shit, this may have been even some type of spell work or something like that somebody had going on. And again, they wasn't in their feelings because it was some type of past energy. It was some type of past innocence, past emotions that somebody had. But now it gives somebody was running away or something, like the rules to the game changed. Red lipstick stains. That was the evidence. That was what was left behind. A bunch of illusions. Which was evidence that somebody needed to throw something away because they felt like they was getting played. You got burning evidence when it comes to this 5 of Swords energy. Some type of abusive relationship. Look, something changed with this 3 of Cups. That's what I'm saying. It's a whole lot of back and forth. Motherfucking mind ain't right for real. So with this putting on the show, somebody do all this faking, all this acting, you know what I mean? And then again with this burning evidence of this pregnancy test. Like somebody tried to get rid of something. It may have been some type of child support papers. It may have been some type of documents. It may have been an actual pregnancy test. I don't know what this is. You know what I mean? But it has something to do with somebody being in character and then trying to brush that shit off to the side. 5 of Swords. Feel like they was getting off. You know what I mean? When it came to this Queen of Wands. This speaks of somebody who's not willing to go down easy. Somebody who's not willing to accept defeat. Somebody who don't care who they got to step on, what they got to do in order to reach whatever achievement it is that they desire. You know what I mean? But when it came to this 8 of Wands, like something changed quickly with the dynamics of this relationship when this opportunity presented itself. Somebody had to move forward on that. They had to take some type of action. With this Three of Cups, this teaming up, this collaboration, this mutual agreement, trying to get in some type of community or something like that, finding somebody to work with. I think we already had the Three of Pentacles out here, didn't we? Right. Depression in the reverse, emotional intelligence in the reverse. Somebody just did not give a damn. You know? They had their eyes on the prize when it came to this Ten of Pentacles. As long as they was able to be successful, as long as they were able to get something, some type of contribution, they were able to receive something, they were good with it. Emotional intelligence in the reverse with this Lovers dynamic in there. So it's giving somebody didn't understand again that some shit was already over. Judgment had already been called on a situation. Look. In their mind, they had this Four of Wands, this victory. And something about the way that they was viewing a situation, a perspective. Sacrificing something, letting something go. Again, because they felt like they was tired of it. So they was letting it go anyway. They didn't give a damn what happened with it. Look, anger management when it comes to the sexual protection. Somebody thought that they had a victory or they had celebrated. They thought they had pissed you off or had some type of effects or something like that. When somebody, I don't know. Because, you know, that Four of Wands even speaks of community energy as well, too. Okay, so somebody didn't realize that another person had successfully let go of this anger management, some type of energy where, you know, they would allow another person to piss them off or something like that, like get a rise out of them. Somebody was more so protecting themselves, like with this sexual protection. You know, this is going to speak of somebody protecting what it is that they create, what it is that they produce, what it is that they bring forth. And it was some type of evidence that somebody had already let go of something. That another person just would, they was, yeah, just doing some shit. What's this authority? So they was acting like they had some type of authority and ultimately ain't had nothing. Four of Wands in the reverse, exhausted when it comes to this burning, this evidence, trying to get rid of this shit. Whatever it was that they was trying to keep safe. Whatever it was that they was trying to grow. Because, you know, even with that pregnancy test energy, this speaks of like somebody implanting something and then protecting it so that it grows. It you know what I mean? It's something about somebody planting something and then seeing it through. But now with this Nine of Swords energy, somebody is depressed or somebody is they feel hopeless and despair. They might be having some type of nightmares or something like that. You still got the Page of Wands, showed it a little nasty ass up. You know what I mean? It's some type of endings or something like that that somebody feel a certain type of way about when it comes to, again, this Five of Swords energy, this abusive relationship. Somebody having the upper hand or thinking that they had an upper hand. What's this Nine of Swords? A love story? Yeah, that shit changed quickly. Once upon a time, it was love. I don't know what the fuck that is now. Somebody once seen something as an opportunity, though. Six of Pentacles. To work with another person. To give and receive. That's what this speaks of. An exchange. You know what I mean? This Three of Cups, this friendship, this collaboration, this celebrating. Somebody might used to drink with another person or something like that too. Again, once upon a time, it was cool. But it's giving something that's starting to consume another person. Stop throwing my fucking cards on the floor. Because I ain't going to keep on bending down and pick up the goddamn cards. And I don't care how burdened you feel, what you feel like, none of that. Cut the shit. I done picked them up with no right. Somebody regret this conflict. That's what I'm saying. God damn it. It just say that. Don't come in here throwing my shit. Somebody is in regret for this exchange that they had with this get in the room energy. I'm telling you. They didn't feel a certain type of way because they thought something was going to be successful. And what's actually been illuminated to them is that a contract has been broken and a situation has been balanced out. And now when it comes to this fighting for what you love, a motherfucker envious. They feel a certain type of way. Bird brain fighting. They lack in emotional intelligence. Somebody is taking the wrong action again. They not processing the situation properly at all. But that's why that's why, you know what I mean, a death done came to this situation. You got Wheel of Fortune with the Hierophant energy. I appreciate you not flying on the floor, fake friend type shit. Somebody getting bad karma. Hierophant. This Hierophant speaks of somebody going outside the box, somebody going against the grain. They felt like they was going to do whatever it was that they wanted to do. They may have violated some type of spiritual law or something like that, which is what they paying for. They successfully got karma. They successfully getting their ass drugged when it comes to this conflict, this competition. Everything that they wanted. You know what I mean? This victory. Yes. They was real victorious when it comes to this karma shit. Somebody is pissed off because, again, with that 7 of Cups, that shit ain't working. Whatever it was that they projected out into the energy, whatever it was that they thought they was going to be successful with, they are indeed unsuccessful. They say shit, the lie detector test determined that was a lie. You got a King of Cups with the Magician energy that just came out here on this Knight of Wands. Somebody trying to maintain their emotions while they is out here doing fuck shit. 3 of Swords, because they heartbroken, in grief, sorrow. However it was that they was feeling, they was acting off their emotion is what they was doing. That's exactly what the fuck they was doing. You got a fake apology under that. When it comes to this 10 of Wands, giving a fake apology because they felt weighed down. Somebody felt like they had created extra work for themselves, extra responsibility. Page of Pentacles with them trying to manifest, use whatever skill it was that they had. You know what I mean? Shit. They may deal with herbs or something. Would it be in this Page of Pentacles, that earth? Yeah, to create some type of mental breakdown or something like that. Cause some type of endings. This is really dealing with, you know what I mean, an energy where somebody is close enough to a person where, you know, they can affect, like, you know how you had somebody to do some shit and you would be like, you would give them benefit on the doubt just on the strength of who they are. Like, they would never do that to you when indeed they doing that shit to you. Indeed, it's them. Definitely them. A cycle came to completion, though, when it came to this 8 of Swords energy. Somebody being entrapped. Somebody being stuck in their mind. Somebody trying to figure that shit out. With this 2 of Pentacles energy that speaks of juggling multiple priorities. Somebody not fully being honest with themselves. Not knowing how to feel. With this judgment. Going through judgment. Being under judgment. And you got somebody sitting and watching the shit go down. Enjoying the gossip. Enjoying hearing about your problems and shit like that. And with this 2 of Swords energy. This speaks of, you know, somebody just sitting there, like, not making a decision, not making a choice, not choosing a side. Very double-sided type shit. Star card. When it comes to this enlightenment, this nurturing is pouring in. Somebody was pouring in 2 cups, 3 cups, 4 cups type shit. And feeling like they had some type of power, some type of authority, some type of structure. It's something about some type of rules when it comes to this Emperor. And again, 3 of Pentacles energy that's collaborating, working, teaming up, getting different ideas and shit like that from somebody on how to do something. Ended up leaving a whole situation out in the cold. Somebody walked away from something, abandoned something, left it behind. It was some type of financial loss. Again, lack mindset or some type of poverty or something like that. Because somebody was on some toxic shit. Negative shit. When it came to this 9 of Cups, what they felt they self-satisfied with. Page of Wands, promiscuous. What I say, look, tantric sex, knowing they fucked up. I'm done. I'm dropping the mic with this. This somebody who do, you know what I mean? They take action and they present themselves a certain type of way. Try to point the finger at other people, judge people, and make comments about other people. And they be doing the things that they accuse other people of doing. 9 times out of 10, the people that they accuse and ain't even doing the shit that they saying that they doing. That shit coming from them. They're doing it. It's like pouring some goddamn juice on the floor, and then you say, I didn't pour the juice on the floor. You poured the juice on the floor, knowing goddamn well you just poured that juice on that motherfucker float. Ain't nobody had no juice in the house but you. Hey, that just came to mind because I seen a video where a girl was cleaning and her boyfriend did that shit, poured the juice right on the floor, and she mopping the floor. I'm like, what the fuck? Now, granted, yeah, you know what I mean? It may have been a prank, but them pranks be going too goddamn far. You don't pour no goddamn juice on the floor and I'm mopping some red, boy. You know what I mean? So, yeah. This some straight manipulative shit. It seeming like the manipulator may have got manipulated or something like that. It's really giving that you may be outside of all this shit or something like that. The only real thing that I got out of this is that shit. You may not care to clear any of this shit up. You don't care about setting the record straight. When it comes to this expecting this new beginning. Again, like I said, somebody is looking over something. Now, shit, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But shit, it is what it is. I know this magician getting tossed the fuck up, though. It's a whole lot of conflict and bad karma and unpredictable shit going on, especially when it comes to this hierophant energy. If there's some type of dark spiritualist or something like that that was doing this 7 of Cups magic and shit like that, somebody trying to maintain their anger. That anger management. They trying not to explode and create some type of protection for themselves or something like that. Because it's evident that the old shit is trash. They need to get rid of that. They was being manipulated with whatever they was told to do. Whatever action it was that they took, baby, they should have consulted with their spirit team or something like that first. But, you know, that's none of my business. That was your read, Leo. Later.